Welcome to OpenMake Software's DeployHub open source product. In this tutorial, we'll demonstrate how to create two actions, each containing a procedure, and assign them to an application as its pre- and post actions. Let's create two simple actions called starting and stopping and make them the pre- and post actions for an application. Click on the Flows menu along the top. Click on the Functions and Procedures tab. Right-click on the Day 1 domain. Select New Procedure in this domain from the drop-down list. Enter Start Proc into the name field. Select Alert from the category drop-down list. Select DM Script Procedure in Database from the Kind drop-down list. Then click the OK button. Click on the Body tab. Click on the pencil icon to the right. Then enter Echo Starting into the editor. Then click the OK button. This completes the Start Proc procedure. Right-click on the Day 1 domain and select New Procedure in this domain. Enter Stop Proc into the name field. Select Alert from the category drop-down list. Select Procedure provided by local external script or program. Then enter /tmp/stopping.exe into the path field. Click the OK button. There is a program in the /tmp directory of the server where DeployHub is installed named stopping.exe. It was created for this demonstration. It contains a few simple commands that accept a single parameter and echoes it to the screen. When used as part of a DeployHub action, it echoes the output to the log. Click on the Args tab. In the upper area, click on the plus button. Enter arg1 in the name field and click OK. arg1 then appears in the list above and toward the bottom of the page above the command line. Drag the arg1 box from its place and drop it in front of the command line. This completes the Stop Proc procedure. Click on the Actions tab. Right-click on the Day 1 domain and select New Action in this domain from the drop-down list. Enter Starting into the name field. Select Alert from the category field and click OK. Click the Workflow tab. Scroll down to the Alert activity in the Activities list on the right. Click on the plus sign to open it and show the list of actions. Click and drag the Start Proc procedure onto the workflow area. Click OK. Click on the Stop Proc procedure in the Activities list on the right. Click and drag it onto the workflow area. You can enter any value you want to into the arg1 field. This parameter will be passed into the /temp/stopping.exe program that we looked at earlier on the server where DeployHub is installed, and it will appear then at the end of the deploy log. Enter the value stopping and click OK. Notice a connector is drawn from the start proc to the stop proc. This action would run the start proc, and immediately after it would run the stop proc, so that the word starting would appear in the log, followed by the word stopping. In this case, though, we're going to create two separate actions, with one containing start proc and the other containing stop proc. We're then going to set starting as the pre-action and stopping as the post-action. This way, the word starting will appear at the very beginning of the log, and stopping will appear at the end of the log. Right-click on the Start Proc procedure and select Delete this activity from the drop-down list. This completes the Start action. Right-click on the Day 1 domain and select New Action in this domain from the drop-down list. Enter stopping into the name field. Select Alert from the category field and click OK. Click on the Workflow tab. Go to the Logs activity in the Activities list on the right. Click and drag Stop Proc onto the workflow area. You can enter any value you want into the arg1 field. This parameter will be passed into the /temp/stopping.exe program that we looked at earlier on the server where DeployHub is installed, and will appear at the end of the DeployHub log. Enter the value stopping, then click OK. This completes the stop action. Select the application named Day 1 App by clicking on the Deploy view, clicking on the Applications tab, and clicking on the Day 1 App in the Day 1 domain. Click on the General tab and click on the pencil icon. Select the starting action from the drop-down list in the pre-action field. Select the stopping action from the drop-down list in the post-action field. then click OK. Right-click on the Day 1 app in the tree structure and select a deploy task that was created earlier for this domain. Select an environment from the drop-down list. Then click OK to deploy the application. Click on the Timeline tab and click on the deployment number, which is at the top of the list and is preceded by a hash mark. 3 files were deployed in this case. You can see the word starting that was echoed at the beginning of the log and stopping, which was echoed at the end of the log, using the actions and procedures that we created earlier. This has been a very simple example of how to create procedures and actions. Functions are identical to procedures except that they return a value. Using an action as the custom action within an application or component causes the action to be executed exclusively with no files being deployed or pre or post actions being executed. This concludes the demo for actions and procedures and functions.